silence even the most robust ego.
There must be at least a few usable parts in here.
Aha!
Hello there. You wouldn't happen to have found in Westport's stockpiles of replacement parts are nearly depleted. I need to find some parts to convert some of our auto mechanicals. Non-combat parts. Fortunately, there's nothing here that's salvageable. Auntie's bombs sure take their toll, don't they? Let's just say to fill Westport's needs. If you follow the road heading north, you can't miss it. Used to be a sight to behold, but the war hasn't been kind to it. To any of us. True enough. A few years ago, I couldn't have imagined us running short of anything. And now here I am, digging through scrap for parts. But I digress. Was there anything else? Need to get back to my hunt, you understand? Likewise, there must be at least a few usable parts in here.
Aha!
Ah, it's warped. Just like everything else.
Who goes there? By orders of Marshal Donaldson, no one comes or goes to the Automech Repair Center without approval. What's your business here?
Oh, there's work, all right. The Marshal told us not to turn anyone useful away, and left us to interpret what that means.
Then again, what are the odds that an automechanical repair technician just happens by in a time of war? How do we know you aren't a spy from Auntie's choice? Yeah, I'm not buying it. Don't even try getting through this checkpoint.
Sometimes I get the feeling we're not welcome here. The Protectorate folks resent us liberating them.
I must ask you to hold... Take this admonishment with all the professional affection a physician can legally administer. In future, you might consider moving away from bullets instead of in...
But without my leg, how am I going to climb the rank?
Literally, probably not very dexterously. Oh, I'm sorry. You must be my replacement, since you're so clearly qualified to do my job. I am not required to answer that.
Say, how sore are my pockets going to be after all this, Doc?
I'm not running a charity. If you desire full treatment, you'll pay. While you're in my office, I'd ask that you do not discourage my patients from acquiring the necessary funds to save their lives.
This is a mighty big decision, Doc.
I don't encourage delays, but very well. At the moment, yes, it's only medical, Doctor. We also have Dr. Tinsley, but let's just say she's in a different discipline altogether. In case... And then there's Erickson. Short of you skipping back into... I can barely get the damn thing to produce antiseptic, so I sincerely doubt it. But if you've the training to work such a machine, you're... Now, was there anything else? Oh, certainly. Right after I see to all the... Fine. Let's have a...
Merciful law! That's a hideous wound. How are you not in excruciating pain right now?
For someone of your tender constitution, it's honestly shocking you're still upright. I can apply some Antis branded deep wound adhesive, but it's hardly cheap. All right. I thought I smelled gunpowder. I'm still quite busy, so make this quick. Yeah, I'm still up to my lamps and wounded and dying. But I suppose having you expire in front of waiting patients would not... I can apply some This may sting a little.
People think I got ejected from the saloon because I'm 3 sheets to the wind. Well, maybe I am drunk. Drunk on both ideas.
Would pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. Oh, Inez, you look, well, like you could use an ice bath and a cup of newly formulated triptease. Has something happened?
Something has, all right. I ended my contract effective immediately. Now I'm free to prove myself to everyone in Auntie's Choice. My way.
Well, that's wonderful news. Or is it? I admit I'm still trying to work through what contracts mean hereabouts. But you do appear to be pleased, so I shall be pleased for you. That is not common knowledge in this town. But since Inez appears to trust you, I suppose I can do the same. Before I began my new... Oh, I was on the verge of breakthrough when they shut us down. Oh, when I think of the lives I could have reached. But in my...
Where my own first aid training can't reach, Doc's got me covered. The graft knocked me on my ass for weeks when I first got it. But she nursed me back to health.
Would if I could have done more. Right. I have a lead, Inez. I've identified 2 viable beasts on this island that you may be compatible with. Though it may not be easy to acquire the suitable specimens. The first candidate is the skeleton crabble. It has a rare form of albinism and was last spotted on the western coast by Protectorate scientists, who, unfortunately, went missing. I happened upon an old report of theirs along with a code used to operate their machinery. if their fate is what I suspect, the code may be of use to you.
I heard rumors of the creature myself. Our skeleton sounds a good bit larger than the average Crabble. Meaner and smarter, too. It is. Rare, once-in-a-generation divergence in the Crabble population. Powerful and frightening? Reckon it'd suit me just fine.
The second candidate is a Raptidon matriarch, the only one of her kind on the island as I understand it. She was last spotted in the crags near the Vox Relay.
Deep in Protectorate territory. This matriarch sure ain't making it easy for us. She'll be more aggressive and more cunning than her smaller kin.
When you breach the matriarch's lair, you must rouse her from hibernation. I found pheromones to be quite effective. Inez, I'm certain you know a formula that may suffice.
That I do.
Excellent. It'll be a rather unpleasant wake-up call for the matriarch, so she'll be upon you in moments. Yes, though I would recommend a careful surgical removal of the specimens, please. Now, when you acquire one or both of these parts, return here straight away, and we can begin surgery. Law guide you both out there.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the law.
This looks like the place. Lord, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope it's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say, you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this cop.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I'll answer what I can. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might other... Animals can sometimes prove more compassionate than their more evolved counterparts. I afford the Crabbles their space, and they afford...
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with.
Looks like a fight.
Nah, it was a great idea. Another load of loot. We need to get you back in the spring. Just didn't account for all these criminals. Real fly in the old ointment. Could just sit tight. Lean off all these supplies.
Let me know when you need it a stretch.
Or maybe open the door and bolt. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Looking at Mike Martin.
Not getting up without help, Commander! Knew you had my... you around.
Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts.
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
Under protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered the...
You returned. Outsider? Well, now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. The one last additional thing we'll need... It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his ability. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. All right. Can't imagine telling Hogarth I'm leaving. Believe I'd feel additionally traitorous once I'm in his gaze.
Outsider. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns.
Led to terrible suffering. Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to
Certainly.
guide them.
What would you like to know? Our society, we are also tasked with leading. There are varying degrees of why. Is there anything else? Farewell.
Community, purpose, time for recreation.
Outsider. Well, look who it is. What is it? Speak your mind.
Stressful. Food is nutritious and
Pshaw! I've no desire to speak of the current state of Fairfield, no less the Auntie's why I cannot fathom any of my people or I even contemplating defecting the Protectorate. The only thing they need, that all of us here need, are those auto-mechanical parts. I would thank you to make haste retrieving them. Nobody needs go anywhere, not when we can still save Westport. We of the it'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed. When I look outside, I see people who are hardy and resilient, who trust the paradigm. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers.
fascinatingly complex ecological network.
I don't know. Look, I've entertained these fool notions of yours long enough. I have a brighter future in mind for Westport, one you can help with, in fact, rather than dwelling on dark maybes and scenarios of worst imagining. What all of us need most here are farewell now.
We all know how invasive species can individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't fret. The system is resilient.
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid.
Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite
Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your neighbors. Same as ever. But prudence dictates we give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Disturbance detected. Ready to wait. On your command.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
All these vexatious disruptions keep befalling Westport. When are things gonna settle back
The
again?
matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna.
Yeah.
Stranger?
Figured this ship would have departed by...
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Moving in close. Disruptive! Lollygag somewhere I ain't. Quarry found. Back in my sight. Somebody lost.
No target. Hey, got a distraction for you. Over here. Free hole in the head. Dip me in. Help me out. Knew you had my back.
Back again. Thought we were done. Break as many fingers as pleases you. Still, wait. Who are you? I'm certain I haven't seen you before.
We're not Protectorate. We're your ticket out of this hot box. Esculepe sent us.
Esculepe? Zeb sent you? Wait, you're Niles, aren't you? Count on... That wasn't meant to be pointed. I'm sure it wasn't easy getting this far, what with that tyrant warden at the bridge.
Oh.
Montelli, damn him! He executed March and Pharaoh outright, ranting about traitors. She tortured us for information. The others didn't survive her enthusiasm for the work. I'm only here because the Consul wants someone brought back to him, alive. Thanks. Can't take all the credit, though. Quick, though, before I forget or we're interrupted, I memorized the cipher. It's 02519W. Kind of you to offer, but I'm not going.
If you're too hurt to walk, I'm sure the commander and I could...
No, it's not that. I need the Sentinel to take me onto that transport. I want her to think she's won. And then...
That might just be the most ruthless bait and switch I ever heard. Your friends ought to be proud.
Thanks. Funny what ideas come into your head after losing a molar. I'm no martyr. If there was another way to protect Zebulon and our cell, I'd take it. But if I escape, I'll make it look like an accident. Mechanical failure.
I have my doubts. Even if she managed to spark a few wires, that ship's bound to have a fire suppression system. It would kick in if there was any real ignition. Not blowing yourself up for starters.
You know how relentless the Protectorate is. But if I die, that's the end of it. The Consul will turn his attention elsewhere, and our cause can continue in the shadow. Please, if you can help me sabotage the transport, then help me. We don't have much time.
Might be I could sabotage the transport from the outside. Make it look like negligent maintenance. What do you think, Commander?
You have until that Sentinel decides to blast off from here, which is to say, not.
No time for a chat right now. We ought to be focused on helping Audra. Sure. Always happy to tool around for a bit.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. Have you decided to help me after all? The others paid with their blood to protect the cause. How can I be unwilling to do the same? No. They'd probably tell me I was being foolish, acting rashly. But what if I'm right, and others die because I lived? All right. I'm going to trust you on this, if only because I don't feel my head screwed on quite right at the moment. I just hope you're not wrong. No point in remaining here then, is there? I'll need you to find a way to unlock the gate to this pen. If you can't manage it through nimble fingers, one of the guards nearby should have a key card on them. Well done. I can manage from here. Tell Zeb I'll rendezvous with him later, once I've identified a safe place to meet. One last request. Don't damage the transport. A lone escapee is already insult, but a Sentinel killed, her transport destroyed? The Protectorate won't ignore such Anyway, thank you again.
I know what Audra said, but what if she's wrong? I can't help thinking we shouldn't leave without blooding in the Protectorate's nose first. I could still go through with our plan from before. Sabotage the transport, make it look like an accident. Wouldn't be hard. I'm torn. On the one hand, Audra might be right. But when else are we gonna have a chance to take out one of the Consul's lackeys and a Protectorate vessel in one go? Yeah, you're probably right. Tempting as it'd be to watch that Sentinel fry. Thanks for helping me sort through it. Let's get back to Zeb. He still needs a cipher and he'll...
feeling distracted, daydreaming on the job, mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
You've returned, but...
We pulled Audra out before she got herself blown up for the cause, but we were too late to save the others. A Sentinel worked them over real bad. I'm sorry, Zeb.
Damn the Protectorate! I'm certain you did all you could. And I'm especially grateful you were able to rescue Audra. And what of the Cypher? Thank you. I was beginning to fear I'd have to decipher this intelligence the hard way. Perhaps I was mistaken about your commitment to making amends, Niles.
Can't fault you for having doubts. But I have changed. I am.
I hope you'll both forgive me my earlier disposition. I'm not normally so... surly. I'm pleased Niles has found such a supportive friend and ally. That's a rare thing in this colony. I haven't much to reward you with, but take this. It's something I had started on for Niles long ago. Hopefully it fits. This information came at a steep price, but I'll put it to good use. Expect to hear from me should our cause require further assistance from the Earth Directorate's best.
Take the pressure off with anti-fizzos, bottled under more than 3 atmospheres of pressure.
I've been bartering with defectors. Traded one... one Force rocket for a whole tin of prestige Force flow. Straight up. And I got a rock deal.
these boots, I can fly!
Look at me, Jackson! You're too young to be a crater in the dirt! Jackson! Quit your broken legs if you can hear me, Jackson!
Overheard what you said earlier, that nobody wants Auntie's choice here. Maybe not right now, but that tune will change once these folks see just what we're offering them. Freedom.
Freedom at the point of a gun don't strike you as a mite forceful?
So liberation is only acceptable on your terms. Is that it?
It's acceptable when we do it because the people ask for our intervention. That's kind of the whole point of the Earth Directorate.
You say that, but we both know that ain't why you or the commander came to Arcadia in the first place. What was the plan? Take what you can.
It's a throw!
Watch your vitals!
See those burrows? The skeleton's nearby. And if it's as nearby as I think, it don't go well for those scientists.
Since you plan on conjuring ammo from the Aether, we ought to get the crafting some.
Well, you hate to be proven right. These folk have been dead a while. And that must be the machinery Doc mentioned. Over here, Commander. Huh. Seems this terminal reroutes power to speakers around the cave. They were using sound to lure the Crabbles out. Let's see here. Generator's back on. Power up that phonotron, would you? Should cause enough ruckus to make the skeleton come out and play.
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Just stand around and look pretty?
Well, if the commander's keen to share, you can press the button too. Wouldn't want you feeling left out.
Waste them on your command. Not walking this off. Stand me back up.
Pull it up. There. He's down. Fight on my feet. Back in business. Nice work. Muscular reticulation's still intact. Cartilaginous integrity mostly sound. A good clean cut. And the pincer's still sharp. Yeah, this'll do just fine. Shame about it. Well, I sure ain't gonna fry up the claw and serve it with tarmac and cheese. This little hand has been poisoning me for a spell, remember? I'm hoping it'll be a salve, as Doc suspects it might be. But seeing it now, I'd reckon there are some other ways I might use it to my advantage. If you still got some hunting you, that Raptidon matriarch's on the loose. Her den's not far from the Vox Relay up north. Elsewise, we head back to Fairfield and speak to Doc Tinsley.
You can't spell heinous acidic without Auntie's choice.
You know, I can't recall seeing any of these protectorate types ever running into each other.
Weird, ain't it? Seems they're really respectful. lot of fresh blood in the talent pool around here with these protectorate defectors. Not sure how I feel about that.
Back again? I hope the hunting is... Certainly, if you've procured the right materials. I've been fine-tuning the procedure in the meantime. I do believe it'll be as smooth as Crabble butter.
I'm gonna assume Crabble butter's especially smooth, because I'm ready to feel like myself again. The material we harvested from the skeleton Crabble could allow me to fire off scalding shell shards. They'd pierce through armor easily. We only acquired one grafting part, so I think that'll have to do. Unless you want to help me hunt down the other creature? Then I will. And you know what? This makes me the first of Auntie's soldiers to graft with the skeleton's claw. I rather like the thought of being a pioneer.
Oh, the skeleton Crabble will be a splendid match for you, Inez. Go on now. Get sorted while I get this machine up and running. Mind the Raptidon drool on the... Oh, now that is genius. I have just what we need. Let's see. A bit of medicinal extract in here. Mix that up with the... And here we are. Breathe deeply, dear. This should put your mind at ease.
Is this spearmint flavored? Why, Doc Tinsley, you think of everything.
Enough distractions, please. I need the utmost focus for my work. This is beautiful work. My best yet. How does the limb feel, Inez? Any numbness? Pain?
Yeah, both. Body's not accustomed to the presence of another limb. Feels like I've got an extra passenger in my nervous system. But it certainly beats feeling like I'm bleeding on the inside. Or fighting the urge to feast on raw human flesh. Like last time.
Well, I'll certainly be having words with that surgeon, leaving you in a state like that. Now, you come back straight away if anything bothers you.
Will do, Doc. I thank you. And you, Commander, without your help, I don't know what I might have done. Whatever you need going forward, I'm there. You got my word. I feel strange. In a good way. Auntie's documentation doesn't describe the side effects of grafting with a Crabble, but so far, not hearing complaints from me. I'd say this officially puts me back in full fighting form. Good. I can't rightly take a look without contorting myself in front of a mirror, so it's a comfort to have someone with a keen eye taking notice. I got a good feeling about this partnership of ours. Just want to reiterate that I'll make good on my end of the deal. I plan on proving my worth to you and to Auntie, no matter what it takes. I expect we're going to have quite the adventure. I appreciate you hearing me out. We should move on.
What did I tell you? Unless you got approval, you can make like a sprat and skedaddle.
Now you've done it. Slowing down a ranking protectorate official is worth 10, 20 demerits if you're lucky.
All right, let's not lose our heads over a simple misunderstanding. You're free to pass. Marshal Donaldson likes to greet new arrivals Oh, and fair warning, watch out for definitely the second one. But it's like the Marshal says, in war, evacuation is not enough. One more thing. Don't cause any trouble around these parts.
Did the authorities send you? Did my torrent of mess... What a relief. In here, I thought myself dismissed as a loon. Ah, good. A captive audience. Money well spent. You must have spied those nefarious crabbles, roiling Ripple. No one at the facility believes me, but I've... You actually believe me? No, stranger. Thank you. Remain strong, and together we will outlast the crabble.
All that matters is getting these automechs to the Vox relay station.
But Marshal, we must... Might be wise to give that large gas cloud a wide berth. I don't think there's anything to gain by getting...
Oh, If you'd indulge me, I have a few questions I'd like to ask. First question, can you describe the conditions in which you were exposed? I'll mark it down as haphazard meandering then. All right, next question. How are you feeling? For instance, do your bones seem noticeably softer somehow? Have you observed any, well, good for you? Keeping a positive attitude can often aid your recovery. As a token of my appreciation, allow me to provide you advanced Zeranium therapy of the highest. There, that should do it. Do stop back in if you suffer Normally, I'd say to ask the quartermaster. Failing that, I imagine you could... Don't have much...
What brings you to this fine establishment?
Caught a piece of shrapnel during the attack. What about you?
Only a mild case, but the doctors are withholding treatment to study my symptoms.
Sovereign's mercy. How do you...
First the attack, then there's a radiant. At this rate, we're never getting caught
Outer
up.
chassis sealant test number 14 is confirmed a failure. Uranium exposure rate appears to be unaffected. Test model displayed standard overloading.
Give me a sec. Almost done with this work list. Another seal. Hazel should get you sorted right quick, assuming she has to. She's right between the barracks and the main gate. Can't miss. You want to see the. She'll only be able to sell you our service.
I'm glad that spectacle didn't scare you off. Anyway, if you have hands and a will to lend them, Zeranium is hardly my area of expertise, but it falls to me to find a solution. Speak with Delphinia Bryant. She needs all the support she can get. Her invention, once you have the shield, see me about the leak. I'll give you... See our acting quartermaster, Hazel. She'll know where the parts are and attend to the transaction.
Ambient, Zurich, state your business. This unit...
Oh, this is surely exciting. Someone is finally trying out my automechanical quartermaster.
Command not understood.
Huh. I thought that would have put it into sales mode. Best look into that.
All wares should be...
Sorry, it tends to take things too literally.
Lull detected. Conversational status...
Does that one compute, big guy?
Affirmative. Initiating commerce is one of this unit's default. Initiating
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here since supplies stopped arriving. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting You'd think that a fully stocked auto mechanical repair center would have automech parts, and 9 times out of 10 you'd be spot on. Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently. As a matter of fact, yes.
I'd gather that their automech programming is just as rigid as the rest of their society.
Logic can be a funny thing, you understand. One misstep can have the most peculiar results. Doubtful. Zeranium affects their aggression in targeting The quartermech is my responsibility. Delphinia's lab would be the place to search.
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander.
Are you acquainted with Delphinia? Delphinia. Anyway, best of luck in your. See you soon, I hope. Welcome to have you back.
Oh, yes. Now, what is it you want? Now that you mention it, there was one particularly insistent little mech who kept trying to put all manner of bric-a-brac in. After several firm remonstrations, I told it quite busy, as I said, and less pleased for this unscheduled Now, did you have some business here? Ah, our good Marshal sent you, did he? Assist me, and you'll get more than bits out of the equation. Now tell me, are you familiar? One and the same. I could speak at length about Zeranium's many captivating intrinsic qualities, but suffice it to say, in its gaseous state, it's rather deadly. So what am I endeavoring to create? A protective device that shields its wearer from Zeranium. Yes, quite right. Luckily, the difficult work is behind us. There are only a Alas, while I'm... Good. Wonderful. Now here, you'll need this apparatus. Merely activate the device once it's inside a Zeranium cloud. Try to avoid any fields of dense Zeranium, or death is all but assured. Any questions? Normally, yes, but on the off chance that environmental exposure has altered the gas here in any way, I'll want to work with local samples. Ideally, the resulting shielding will protect against any gas, but since it's well, of course, obviously. If you suffer prolonged, I believe that... Oh, so exhilarating to have a new subordinate. My little minion. I trust you've made until I'm...
Commander, I think this stuff is eating my lungs from the inside.
Were you successful? What did I tell you? Perfectly. Should you suffer from any lingering symptoms of contamination. Now, on to business. The device already generates a field exactly as specified. What's needed now is something to help capital deduct. You'll be pleased to learn there's one right here at the facility. You guessed correctly. So you may have trouble getting your hands on the catalyst. The only other source at hand would be the invaders, and I'm afraid I'm not
Gonna take that to mean her taste buds ain't yet been blessed by the Auntie Cleo and Pal's crap?
In fact, the only equipment of theirs that I'm passingly familiar with is their holographic system. Holographic emitters are essentially low yield. My thoughts exactly. We'll be shielding a user from harm, not lighting some. Look for an emitter attached to the largest, most ostentatious display you can find. That insidious light pollution emanating from Fairfield comes to mind. Now, will there be anything else? I suppose ingratiating myself with others is not a particular strength of mine. Until...
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
How empty are the lives of anti-subjects that they need to rely on consumerism to find meaning?
Outsider. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns. That is most excellent. Please, hand them over. Thank you. I know community service can be a foreign concept for those outside the Protectorate, so I hope I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Once you're inside, there's someone else you should show it to. You do that and say what I tell you. The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal execution. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act. Why isn't it? Executions done in the service of order are an unfortunate necessity. Done at the whim of a Marshal Corbin, and this is important. We cannot allow any of that. Good. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can. To check in on my people and see how they fare. Nobody needs it have to be catastrophically. Well, farewell now.
Feeling distracted?
Exciting news! The Vigilance sent that outsider to collect automech parts for us. Just return.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Matriarch chose Eve because she recognized it as
Salutations! This is D.B. Milva Street of Fairfield with a special.
That doesn't sound like a sanctioned beauty camp.
The Matriarch and Sovereign chose Eden, the perfect shot. One echotope as our home.
That vacuous cacophony. You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits.
Think for yourself. Choose for yourself. Buy for yourself. With Andy's choice.
People have been complaining about those. Can't imagine telling Hogarth I'm leaving. Believe I'd feel additionally traitorous once I met his gaze.
Has the Sovereign said how many?
The wireless said that flooding Westport is good. Do the advertisements help Auntie's folks straighten out their minds?
about all of us and Andy's choice.
Can't say that voice sounds at all familiar. I, of course, never heard it before.
That didn't sound like prudence at all.
Nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie. They say they offer you direction.
Though you are better company than these corpses, they are... Vigilant Hogarth sent you? I wish I could help, but he's been named a traitor. These That being said, I am from Westport. If Hogarth trusts you, let's just say I'm willing to listen. The Brigadier sees enemies everywhere, sappers in every shadow. Approaching him under questionable license is to... While it pains me to act in what might be Contrary to the Brigadier's personal conviction, I do believe the Sovereign would still, I can't simply have you saunter through the gates. It would cause a terrible... the gibbets. There is little view of who's within them, so I can use them to haul you into the station without notice. I won't lock them, so you can free yourself once inside. Allow me to open them for you and your companions. Getting folks inside can be a little tricky, and try not to move much or they'll start swinging something fierce.
Hope I never see the inside of one of those again.
This cannot be happening. Not again. Come, quickly. We must all bear witness.
Technicians Acna and Gastrell, you stand accused of manufacturing a fatal flaw in one of our valued dragoons. Have you any last words to express your shame?
That dragoon was already defective. Oh, we were only rebuilding the logic assembly so that...
At last, the truth alights. I hope this belated confession unburdens your conscience, though it will do nothing to commute your sentence. On the charges of sabotage and treason, most contemptible, I find you both guilty.
No, please! This is all a misunderstanding. We're loyal!
More loyal subjects executed. And valued technicians, no less. I cannot see how reducing our own manpower guides us down a path to victory. Wait, I recognize you. From Horizon Point. Yes, just outside the skip labs, before the incident. Didn't I set security on you? How are you here? Alive?
You got security called on you outside the skip labs? But wasn't DeVries already inside the skip labs at that point?
You must have been the cause of everything that happened that day. And to think I could have stopped you. Perhaps I would have, if I'd not been so vexed over mere demerits. Others named Hogarth a traitor, but I never believed it. If anything, Montelli is inflicting more injury to the Protectorate right now than the whole of what Hogarth is accused of. In any case, the writ all but obliges me to aid you. Perhaps now we can put an end to all of this lunacy. If I can just speak with Montelli, maybe I can persuade him to stand down. Go to his terminal. Search for any information on it that may be deployed against him. I'll admit there's some risk in having my actions misinterpreted. I could be named a traitor, as Vigilant Hogarth was. Or sent to mental refreshment. No. Surely High Command will understand the need for this transfer of power. What I do now, I do for the Protectorate, not myself. Besides, Montelli is not merely my superior. He's also an old friend. Why did you not mention any of this before? Never mind. If this is indeed the Vigilant's will, then what other choice can be made? Much as I prefer a peaceable solution, you're right. The Protectorate would be made stronger by his passage. If he cannot serve as a general, he may yet serve as an example. It would still be best to investigate Montelli's terminal for anything that might unsettle or unbalance him before our confrontation. Difficult? No. It's necessary. Practically mandatory given Montelli's behavior. It's what the Protectorate requires of me. What does it matter if I am disquieted at the thought of sullying my hands with my friend's blood? Such rumination is only a gateway to further turmoil and vexation. No. This is honorable. The right thing to do. It has to be. You will need your own access card to get upstairs. Blank key cards can often be found in the contraband room, and there's a terminal for encoding access in the security office. Head through the door to the right and continue down the hall. You should find your way without much trouble. Oh, but mind the guards. They'll still attack you on sight.
No! No target!
Got some bad company.
The Sovereign...
Let me know when you need it.
Let us reconvene. Attacking selflessly without complaint.
Hey, got a distraction for you. I'm the one you need to worry about.
That dog's always crabby. This thing's got a mean streak.
That's out of the ordinary.
Looks like a fucking
influence. Ripper. help you?
It's a brawl.
Moving in close.
Order in, I'll take care of him, Commander.
Advance! Move forward! Relinquishing grenade!
Rats are back in business.
Enemy participating in our pursuit.
Their location ascertained. Advance! Breaking for cover!
Over here! Reform ahead! Coming!
Raring to go. Mess with me, you get top in my claw.
Damned if I go. Can I remain unsullied under the command of a rambling, nonsensical persecutor?
Right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
Oh, hello there. You seem to have caught me at a... Now, I must kindly ask that you vacate the vicinity. You're only patrolling one of the most vulnerable parts of the station. The what? Brigadier Montelli would be ecstatic to hear you spout such humorous quips. You'd be labeled a herot. Forgive, I don't know what to do. That'd be a fine idea. If only there weren't a group of starving raptidons that saw fit to make a den so close to the grate. I can? Oh, here.
Hey now.
Look alive, Commander.
Wait!
Advance! Through hit!
aggressors in range.
You're looking pretty skinny, Commander.
You lot couldn't hit the wrong side of a freighter.
Trap is ready. And frankly, it's got the gravel claws angry. Popping that claw.
Electrical damage failing. I walked in this.
Looking a little woozy there.
They cut it up. Carefully reloading. Using the gas.
Back in business.
Each a vital cog.
Knew you had my back.
Admittedly, yes, but those were mine.
What now? Ah, an intruder. Of course. I was warned the paradigm would test me, and here you have arrived. And Corbin. By your presence, am I to understand that you've turned renegade as well? Of all the serpents writhing beneath my boot, you were the last I expected to strike at me.
The only renegade here is you, Umberto. You forced my hand through your paranoia and cruelty.
I'm killing traitors, seditionists. I am purging our prized garden of chokeweed and all manner of slithering things. My methods may seem callous, but a swift response to treason is necessary to prevent this crisis from worsening. Auntie's choice, bah! The invaders are vacuous opportunists dead from the collar up. They would not have found purchase here if not for the festering rot already in our soil.
Festering rot? Hell of a way to speak of your own forces, Brigadier.
Or perhaps your auntie's choice simply lacks the standards to separate out mediocrity. Nevertheless, I am not afraid to speak what's true. Our great protectorate has lost its way. Years of comfort and plenty without stricter enforcement have softened us, made us weak, undisciplined. If only the Sovereign heeded his consul's wisdom, he could restore the Protectorate's honor, instead of shaming his forebears by leaving such a grave task to others like myself. Hardly. I perform with full confidence the role the Paradigm has cast me in. A well-honed blade with which to smite the Protectorate's mightiest foes.
It's as I feared. You really have gone beyond the reach of all reason and honor. Let's not be too hasty. I don't suppose you have anything more to add? Something that might further our purpose? Now would be the time to deploy it. You incompetent! I asked you to do one thing!
Trusting the enemy to do your bidding. You always were a guileless fool, Corbin. Were it up to me, I would sentence you to the slow and painful traitor's death you deserve. But given the circumstances, your extinction must come quicker. Guards, purge this loathsome treasonist and his odious ally from my sight. Leave none alive.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Finished then. Montelli's reign of terror has ended. If you'd have told me all those years ago that this is where my future would lead, standing over Montelli's corpse, I'm not sure I would have wished to survive that disaster. What's done is done. I only hope my superiors will understand my actions here today, and that the Vox will be strengthened under new leadership. After I've summoned janitorial services, give the station the news. There'll be much that needs explaining. I suppose I should thank you for your assistance. But for both our sakes, I do hope we never meet again.
Finally, the control room. The breeze must have left something behind. Let's poke around.
I don't know who you are or how you accessed my private terminal, but it won't do for prying eyes to have evidence of my activities. I've triggered the Vox Relay failsafe ejection routine. But worry not. After launching, the station will take several minutes to achieve its pre-programmed self-destruct altitude, so you'll have plenty of time to enjoy the ride before your death.
We gotta do something. If the Vox crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people and innocent civilians. It's a relief to hear you say so. Go on then, Commander. We're short. Commander, we need to go!
Cutting it close here.
What bears?
Now what?
Liquidate him!
Guns cocked and loaded.
My favorite cut!
Making good
Moving in!
Looking a little woozy there, Commander.
Here we go again! Mandatory retirement indeed.
Enough in the head.
Always crap.
I tell you.
Combat, you lot couldn't hit the broadside of a freighter.
This every time.
Place is in shambles. What happened?
I've counted at least 6 horrendous death screams since your... Could it be? You seem an honest-to-goodness rational human being. Well then, by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act under Outbreak Provision 5I, Elmet Ormsby... Yes. But back to the exciting news. Our lab had been researching the red spores that grow nearby to see if they might contribute to a local spore to a somewhat homicidal. Well, of course, succeeding in a haphazard fashion is one of the first courses taught to Auntie's choice students in any field. You see, our lab is a far cry from the... It all requires us... Well, it should all be rather just so. Tremendous. We'll need 2 things. After that, sponsor the research teams once we have...
Typical Auntie's choice. Moving fast and breaking things.
to earn my commission.
Stand up for the wrongdoers. Foraging time's over. We should have what we need.
Allow me to give this a cursory eyeball, and I'll nose out the exact compound within our chemical reserves in... Took always for took, just imagine the ad slogans. Air, now with extra fractiousness. Oh, but let's not normally... There. Enable the device and it will begin... I cannot wait to put this entire sordid affair behind us. Though in the end, this should turn out to be quite a lucrative day. I saw you working the chemical synthesizer. I presume... Nice try. But you don't possess nearly the negotiating power you... Not when I can simply bide my time and wait for another gormless dunderhead to stumble by. Why, let that... Not budging? Oh, all right. I suppose I'd be willing to throw in a little extra as a merit bonus for your superlative performance. Wonderful, wonderful! All right, marvelous. You'll find your remuneration in the chest behind me. I, Omid Ormsby, under the power granted me, be seeing you.
Ah, there you are. I was expecting you 4 minutes and 27 seconds ago. But never mind that. I have a missive for you. Highest priority. All I can tell you is that it is from Arcadia's most judicious custodians, the Order of the Ascendant. Oh, they did also say it was important. I was tasked 6 months ago to deliver it to whomever ship was at this landing pad at this exact time. All other questions may be answered by viewing the missive, I expect.